Hello, my name is Michael Chamberlain, and today I'm going to talk to you about Project Tracker. Project Tracker is a website that displays over 14,000 planned roadway projects in Texas. The first version was created in 2011 at the request of the Texas legislature. The most recent version of Project Tracker incorporates feedback from a series of surveys and regional workshops with our planning partners from around the state. The base map for Project Tracker is the statewide planning map, and projects displayed on the map are the result of mapping data from the Design Construction Information System, better known as DCIS, to the Texas Roadway Network, maintained by the Data Management section of TPP. Project locations are updated weekly, and attributes from the contributing systems are updated nightly. You can get to Project Tracker a few different ways. From TxDOT.gov, you can click on the Project Tracker banner at the top of the page, down here. You can also find a link to Project Tracker in the Looking for These section of the main page, here. Another easy way to find Project Tracker is by typing a Google search for TxDOT Project Tracker. Here. Finally, you can access Project Tracker using the following shortened URL. We will come back to this screen in a minute, but first I want to show you what the landing page looks like when navigating to Project Tracker from the main page. The landing page for Project Tracker provides brief instructions on how to use Project Tracker, system requirements, and links to TPP planning documents, like the Unified Transportation Program, the Statewide Long-Range Transportation Plan, and the Texas Freight Mobility Plan. We also added a Project Tracker graphic at the top of the page for folks that want to get right to the site, and I will click that graphic now. The pop-up dialog displayed when you open the site tells you how best to view the app and gives you links to Drive Texas for highway conditions, and clear lanes for congestion information. You can click the Never Show This Window Again button to keep from seeing this dialog in the future. The first things you might notice in Project Tracker are the map and multicolored lines. The lines represent planned projects. A legend docked in the lower right part of the page describes each project phase. The 4 phases are: construction underway or begins soon, construction begins within 4 years, construction begins in 5 to 10 years, and corridor studies, construction in 10 plus years. You might notice a quick report on the lower left of the page that summarizes the number of projects and the total estimated construction cost of all projects by the 4 phases symbolized on the map. The summary by phase report automatically updates based on the search by keyword results. We will get to the search in a couple of minutes. You can pan and zoom the map, just like you would in Google Maps, to view more detail about your area of interest. Zoom in and zoom out buttons are docked in the upper left portion of the map. You can also double-click the map to zoom in, or use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out. A common request from the Project Tracker workgroups was the ability to change the base map. We satisfied this request by adding 3 base map options. The 3 options are Streets, Imagery, and Google Maps. Streets is an alternative to the TxDOT base map, and it's made available by our GIS software vendor. Imagery is an aerial photography layer from the Google Imagery Service that TPP purchased in coordination with the Texas Natural Resource Information Service and dozens of fellow state agencies using statewide planning and research funds available to TPP. Google Maps will open a new window and zoom to that location in Google Maps, where you can use Street View to review the area in question. If you want to learn more about a particular project, you can click on the project to display the project summary box. The summary box displays general project information and TxDOT or construction company contact information. If your click selected multiple projects, you can cycle through the projects using the previous and next controls at the top of the page. As you toggle between previous and next, it highlights that active record on the map. Finally, we added a data source for each section of the summary box. The general project information comes from the TxDOT Design and Construction Information System, and the contact information comes from the TxDOT Site Manager System. Click the Clear button or X at the top of the project summary box to close the box. At any point in Project Tracker, if you get turned around or zoomed in too far, you can always hit the Reset button. This will return everything to the beginning with the TxDOT base map and all the planned projects. Sometimes it's convenient to start over. Non-highway projects are docked in the top right portion of the map and they link to the Unified Transportation Program for non-highway related projects and major projects, like aviation, maritime, rail, major projects, and public transportation. Let's take a look at the search by keyword function. By default, all projects are displayed on the map when the page loads. Using the search, you can narrow projects by an area name, number, highway number, MPO name, project ID, control section, or state and federal district number. The question mark above the search box opens search examples in a new tab to give you an idea of how it works. As you type, suggestions that match what you type are displayed. You can continue typing or select from one of the suggestions and click Apply. The map zooms to the extent of the projects that satisfy your search. Projects that did not satisfy your search are now hidden. Now let's look at examples for each searchable item. Notice how the summary changes. First, we'll search for a TxDOT district. We'll choose Abilene and click Apply. The map zooms to the Abilene district, displays only the projects that are inside the Abilene district, and updates the summary by phase report. Now let's search for a city. We'll search for Tyler. There it is. Map zooms to the city limits for Tyler and updates the summary box. Let's search for a county. Let's search for McLennan. This time we only typed 3 letters, and it came up with the first one on the list. There's McLennan County. You can also search for highways. You can just enter the highway number. You see 35 matched a couple of things, State House districts, U.S. House districts, and I-35, as well as 35 for SH-135, SH-35, but we'll choose I-35 and click Apply. All the planned projects on I-35 and the projects in the summary by phase box. You can also search for a legislative district. Super easy. Just type the number. It's the first one on the list. We'll choose 1 and click Apply. Let's search for an MPO. Let's search for Amarillo. There it is. First one. At TxDOT, we like to use control sections. You can search by that too. There it is. There's the control section along I-35. Zoom out a little bit to give some context. If you know the project ID, also known as the control section and job number, you can enter that too. There it is. Inside the city of Austin. Remember, at any time you can click the reset button to clear the search and reset the map. Project Tracker also includes an advanced search mode. You can turn on the advanced version of Project Tracker by clicking Switch to Advanced Search. The first things you notice are the additional options along the left side of the page. These options give you the ability to turn off project phases. We'll turn off corridor studies, construction from 5 to 10 years, and construction begins in 4 years, and click Apply. We can also include projects of a certain type. In this case, we're going to choose Increase Roadway Capacity and click Apply. Finally, we can include projects from a program. We'll choose Top 100 and click Apply. So now the map zooms to the extent of all the criteria that we have on the left: construction underway or begins soon, increased roadway capacity, and Top 100. The summary has additional options too. We have summary by phase, summary by district, or summary by year. Finally, the information box shows more data about the project in the advanced search mode. We'll click on SH360. You still see general project information and contact information, but you also see construction information from Site Manager, project funding from DCIS, and expenditures from PeopleSoft. CPA codes are also available by clicking on the expenditure amounts. Here. Remember, If you get turned around, you can click Reset or switch to the light version. We'll close this first and click Reset. And we'll switch back to the light version. Next, we included a neat feature in Project Tracker that gives you the ability to create links to any searchable feature. Here's an example. In the Project Tracker URL, you can add a question mark, search type, and search name to the URL. Question mark, district name, equals Odessa. You see that the map zooms to the Odessa district and updates the summary. This allows you to bookmark the Odessa district or any district, county, city, MPO, legislative district, control section, or project in Project Tracker, and it gives you the ability to send that via email to friends, coworkers, or social media, or to the world. A full list of examples is found on page 6 of the help document located in the upper right part of the page. The help document covers everything we talked about today. It has a frequently asked questions section and a glossary of TxDOT planning jargon. Here's the help document. It goes through everything: normal table of contents, the purpose behind Project Tracker, quick steps, how to use the app, how to use the keyword search, and the direct links that we talked about before, with examples for each type. The final feature I want to talk about is the export data option in the upper right corner of the page. When you hover over the export data text, you are presented with 4 options. The first option is PDF. This option will export all records. We are working on this to only export records displayed that are on the map. The second option is XLSX. This option will export the records displayed on the map. The third option is XML. This option exports all records and is primarily used by other data services. The fourth option is Shapefile. This option exports a GIS file of the records displayed on the map. We're going to go ahead and try the XLSX. It will take a minute to download as it selects the data and creates the file. Then you have an XLS document in your download folder. If you click on it, it'll open. You'll see that we have all the projects inside the Odessa district. These are the counties that fall in the Odessa district, and all the columns that are represented inside the Project Tracker dataset. That does it for today. Remember, when you're done, you can always hit reset to reset the page to the beginning. Thank you for watching, and please give Project Tracker a try when you're looking for project information in the future. If you are a TxDOT employee, you can help keep Project Tracker up to date by ensuring data from contributing systems like DCIS, Site Manager, and PeopleSoft is timely and accurate. Thanks again, and have a good day.